We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you want to be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go. 60 or. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Set, gone. Set.
On first down, Dobbins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Hey, lock it.
Back to throw. Clifford. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for the Bengals. 48 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort. There, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. A nice little juke. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Check.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
Go.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. 3 down.
Hey, zoom.
51's the mic. Here we go, D.
Go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And a loose football. And the Bengals have recovered it. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well. So now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Keep playing
at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
Woo! Let's get it.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Ready?
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
Bravo.
Operating from the gun, Clifford. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Herbert into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
SOS.
Topper!
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back them up 5.
Get ready.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Check your hot read.
Looking to throw. Clifford. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Orbit.
From the gun, Herbert. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
61, matchbox lights.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike, check, 59.
From the gun, Herbert. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a punter, pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Tim Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Safety's creeping. Hey, check 24.
Back to throw. Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Get it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he'll be after a gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
On the ready.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Let's go. Jim.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Outlaw. Leo.
Bang, 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 bang.
Snap.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Clifford. And that is incomplete. So drive 1, they had the field goal. Drive 2, touchdown. And now here on drive 3, looks like they're going to have to punt.
At least they were finally able to reverse the trend, because giving up the field goal, then the touchdown, it's almost like they finally got to the offensive side of the ball and said, okay, we've got the system to shut you down.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Smooth. 5.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check 50, check 50. He's coming. We got double up.
Look at me. Zipper. On the ball. 2.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Rock it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert going for the deep ball. It got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Hey, lock it. Hey, Echo. Let's go.
On 1st down, Herbert, he's airing it out for Williams. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Yes, yes.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Hey, Delta.
Check Mike. 51's Mike.
Fair.
Shoot.
Get it.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check. Look at me. Go. Check. Hey, Sam off.
Off the play fake. Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go.
Check. 59. Time to go now.
Go out.
From the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards there on a Bengal 1st.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection.
Check. Watch 54. So we got man.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready. 90 Wolf.
Mike 54. Man, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clifford, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got room. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Operating from the gun. Clifford. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Higbee, as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Steelers take over first and 10. Let's go. They're on the 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, well, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be second down.
Second and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Leo! Ready?
Throwing again. Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 37.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over, 5 chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Ready? 10-2, sir. 54. Go on.
On 1st down, Dobbins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Check safety, check safety.
Hey, Haywood. Yeah.
From the gun, Clifford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to try.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Tim Williams in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's now 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, high 7.
52, Mike 52.
Go.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Marr now to add the extra point. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Makes the score Bengals 31, Steelers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down now. Dobbins, and he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Looking to throw. Clifford. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yep. Hey, exit.
52. Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, Herbert, he's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Man. Rush in.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Ready? Check. Go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Ready.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 18 Gator. Watch screen. Showing up. Shoot.
On second down, Dobbins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And the Bengals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Clifford is going to find his running back. It's complete.
Let's go. Here we go.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
On the double. Hey, Sam off.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Ready.
Off play action. Clifford. It's caught. Beckham. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Looking to throw. Clifford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And the Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Clifford. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 8-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Watch out. Hey.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Hey, foxtrot.
Defense, let's go. 52.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Tim Williams has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Buzz.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Leo.
Watch twist. Alert 3.
To throw on second down. Herbert. And the pressure gets to him again. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Quit talking about it.
Now a handoff looking right. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with third and long.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
49, check 49, check 49. General West. Hey, orbit, gone.
On third down, Clifford. This is caught. It's Cooks. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
To Brandon Cooks. It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Bengal first down. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating 'cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not saving, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist.